excited to have you today on Living in Rockland Live. How are you?
I'm good, Kelly. How are you doing?
We're good. We're so excited to have episode 2, and especially this one is near and dear to my heart because Marija is my acupuncturist and has healed my back in just a short time. So I was like, you have to be on the podcast. So same thing as we did with Tara last week. We're going to ask you some questions. Just be super natural. Show the world who you are.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So we're going to ask you the first question. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes.
I hope everybody has a great day and doesn't eat too much. But we want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Just tell us, how you started, what made you come here, and you go right ahead.
Okay. My name is Marija Yaksimovich. I am a licensed acupuncturist and resident of Rockland County for several decades, more than I care to share. And I've been doing this work for the past decade in Rockland exclusively. That's about it. I specialize in orthopedic and sports medicine acupuncture, so pain is my game.
Wow, that's amazing.
We love that.
Yeah.
So where are your 2 offices? I know I go to the one in Pearl River out of the Movement Lab, but you want to talk about how you have 2 different offices and
where
even
people
though
could find you,
where could we find you?
So I'm in the Pearl River office 3 days a week. And I have a day and a half in Orange County in Chester. I have a small office here as well, but the Rockland location is my primary.
Nice. That's where I go. I love it there.
And where is that?
What's the address of there? I'm blanking.
In Pearl River?
Yes.
300 North Middletown Road.
Right. It's right when you're like heading into Nanuet, that little office building on the right. So tell us a little bit, walk us through, like, what'd you do before and how did you get to be an acupuncturist or decide to be?
Yeah, so before I was an acupuncturist, I worked in marketing as a web designer, web developer, programmer, project manager, you name it. And I loved what I did. It was very creative, very technical, and I was self-taught. So I was really proud of my career, except that the stress got to me in a really major way, and I couldn't keep working. I had chronic stress. I had pain, neck pain, back pain, arm pain, wrist pain, just from being desk bound. And I had to just walk away, take a break. And while I was sorting out my life, acupuncture kind of came into my mind as a potential career change. I wanted to go back to school for something, and I just went for it, kind of took a chance, dove into the deep end without looking too far ahead, and I survived, and I came out with an amazing skill set and tools that I could use to help people, and it has become my career. It's just been like a really satisfying field of work to transition into, to be able to help people, work with people, instead of just being locked to a computer all day.
I'm sure that was a really big shift, right?
Absolutely. And the beauty of it is, you, like you said, you really just took a chance, but it just worked for you. And that's amazing. I think a lot of people should hear that, because myself included, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then, you just take a chance sometimes, and it works out, and everything works out the way it's supposed to be. That's how I believe. So you're in the right spot. I hear nothing but amazing things about you. And I can't wait to come to you myself. And my husband's a true believer of acupuncture. He's an athlete himself. Well, he's an old man now, but he was an athlete. He was a bodybuilder. He was, so he has a lot of injuries, and every time he goes to acupuncture, it has really helped him. So we're looking forward to meeting you in person as well.
That's so great.
Yeah. So
let me ask you, like, before you were like, all right, I'm going to go to school for acupuncture, did you ever go to acupuncture yourself for treatment? Like, did you just pull it out of a hat, like acupuncture, or you kind of knew, like, oh, I'm interested in this?
I had received some acupuncture, not a lot. Like, I went on a cruise and I had some acupuncture. And the thing that sealed it for me was I had an acupuncture treatment by a woman in Nyack who's no longer practicing there. She moved a long time ago. The treatment was so disappointing. And I remember driving home from that, and I said to myself, like, this has to be better. This has to be better. I have to do this. This can't be all there is to it. And I just knew that there was like so much more to acupuncture than what I had personally experienced. That was just like my sense. Like, it's a powerful modality. And I just felt like these tiny little tools can do a lot more. And I was right. They can do a lot more than what I personally had experienced at that time. So
could I ask you, could you explain to us, so what makes you different than the average person? Because I've gone too, and I haven't always experienced the best experience, where my husband has gone and says it was amazing. So I'd love to hear what that is. What's the difference?
So I specialize in a very physical approach to acupuncture. So I'm trained in Western anatomy, physiology. I'm a real body nerd, and I've spent years and years becoming an expert in anatomy, so that I can use the acupuncture needles to really make direct contact with the structures in the body that are causing the pain. So traditional acupuncture that's taught in most colleges is based on the principle of meridian theory, which is the lines of energy in the body that you can tap into and get flowing energy moving through the body. And that's my foundation. But on top of that, I add like a really advanced understanding of physiology, muscles, and the movement in the body physically. So I go in, I get in there. Like, I use the tools. I considered myself an advanced needling specialist because a lot of acupuncturists are scared of the needles. They're afraid of their own tools. There's so much fear around acupuncture and needles, and most people think of needles as the things that they get when they have their blood drawn at the doctor's office. These are nothing like that. So I challenge traditional acupuncture beliefs as they're taught to most people, because I think we have amazing tools, and we need to be confident and use them and not be like, eh.
Yeah.
I can tell you from experience, like, I've been to multiple different acupuncturists all across Rockland and Bergen, and I have not experienced anything like yours, where most of the time it was they put the needles in and I sat there for an hour wondering, like, when are they going to come back? Am I going to like fall off the table with the needles on? And when I came to you, it was like so physical, and so like I felt every sensation. And I've dealt with this chronic like upper back pain probably for how long? Like, I've been complaining
a long time. Her posture has been terrible since she's played sports.
Yeah, like probably from like 12, probably 10, 15 years that I've dealt with it. And I've seen you for what now, like a month. And my posture, like, everybody notices my posture's upright as I'm leaning forward, but it's really upright, and I don't have that stabbing pain. And it's just like, talk about how acupuncture works, because it still blows my mind how you use it.
So I'll talk about how I use it, because acupuncture works in a lot of different ways, and it's like an art that's based on science. So every single acupuncturist is interpreting it in their own way, through their own hands and their own mind and body. So the way I look at it is stress and pain are the two biggest things that affect all people at some point in their life, especially here in the Northeast. It's stressful. We have crazy taxes. Like, it's insane living here. So we're all addicted to stress, and we don't realize that we're actually addicted to stress. When we're stressed out, the brain and the body release chemicals and hormones and neurotransmitters that have a physical effect on the body. So stress and pain go hand in hand. So when I'm working on somebody, I'm kind of taking in the whole picture of the person. Physically, I observe, I listen to what they're telling me about their life, the sound of their voice, the sparkle in their eye, what they do, how they feel about what they do for a living. And I get this picture of the person, and then I find it's like kind of like turning a key and opening little doors and bringing fresh air into the house, the space. It's like kind of revitalizing the whole system. And then the physical experience that you described, Kelly, is when I do my work, I work at the muscle level. So I'm going into the muscle that's tight, and I go into the muscles that work, in addition to that one, like the secondary muscles. So I'm affecting the whole area very literally. I consider myself a body mechanic. Like, it's very mechanical what I do. It's not woo-woo. It's not super theoretical. I didn't spend years on a mountaintop meditating. I'm like doing my job. And it's very physical. So you feel a lot. So
Yes.
You got to be able to feel the feelings, go into the pain so that you can release it.
Yeah. And I felt that, like, every time I've come, it's like you would hit this, I guess you call them trigger points, and it's like this sensation that's so satisfying, but like so painful at the same time. I love it. So what other services do you, like, what do you do? I know acupuncture, some do like herbs, do you offer anything else? Like, what do your services look like?
So I do acupuncture, cupping, gua sha, and some other little goodies in my bag of tricks. But I primarily use my hands and the acupuncture needles. I do a lot of cupping. People love cupping. I do not do herbs. I do not specialize in internal disease. So if somebody has diabetes, I will refer them to somebody else. If somebody is trying to, do weight loss or something, like, I will send them to somebody else. I stick within my specialty.
Well, that's good to know, right?
Yeah. It's always good to have somebody that like really narrows in.
Yeah, have a niche, like I totally agree with that, because when you're all over the map, how could you be a specialist in that? You want to specialize in one thing.
Yep.
So what's your mission? What do you want to get out to the world so that they could come and find you and check you out and see what if acupuncture is for them?
Yeah. So my mission, I have a lot of missions, girls. I don't even know how to answer that one, but I think the biggest thing that people should know is that you don't have to live in pain. You don't have to live at a constant chronic stress level. There are things that are simple and, not pharmaceutical approaches that are really safe and can get you feeling different and experiencing your life and body in a more healthy, positive way. Everyone should try acupuncture to see if they like it. It can do wonderful things. And I tell people, just go to my website, take a look. You can read about me, about my work. You can see my schedule. You can book online. You can get all the information. It's aculiving.com. ACULIVING. A lot of information there and ways to contact me.
Yeah, make sure you get on there ASAP and book, because
Yeah.
she's booked out. She's busy. I don't want to blow up your spot, but she's busy, and she's only one person, you know. So
Right.
what's your vision for this for Aculiving? What do you think's good? What are you working towards?
So Aculiving is gonna have to hire somebody soon, because it like you said, I'm just one person. I would love to spread this style of acupuncture and get more acupuncturists practicing in this way in the county. I have a lot of phenomenal colleagues who are also in practice. FYI, there's Bianca Baldini in Nyack. She was my mentor. She still is. Lauren Dahlberg at Two Rivers Wellness in Nyack does herbs and internal medicine. They're good other acupuncturists, but I would like Aculiving to expand, bring in some other practitioners, and I would like to find a way to incorporate my need for travel with my work that I currently do, because Mama can't stay in a treatment room for the rest of her life. Like, I gotta get out.
Spread your wings.
You got to learn how to leverage, right? You got to definitely leverage it out and take care of you, because you don't want to end up in the same position where you're stressed and you're working too much. And yeah,
exactly.
We get it. Well,
this was so much fun.
It was so much fun. It was great to meet you. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to book and let you work on my neck, because I do have a sore neck.
I got you, girl.
One last question before we go, just to let everybody else know, you do take insurance, right?
I do. Some acupuncture, some insurance covers out-of-network acupuncture.
Cool. So I just wanted to,
so they need to be verified, but some of them do.
Okay. I just wanted to share that, for anybody listening that may, think about like they can't afford it or something like that, you definitely look into insurance being an option, because my insurance is like lovely. I have a little bit of a deductible and it's covered. So I think that it's always good to look into that.
Absolutely.
But Marija, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you next week in person. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
And spend time with your family.
Thank you, Marija.
It was so good talking to you, girls. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.